Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the beautiful 2-week spoilers for March 16th through the 27th reveal Ridge Forrester, Torsten K, being humiliated, Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Mack Innes Wood, exploding, and some critical preemptions that you need to know about to be ready for your week. On Monday, March 16th, we have Ridge getting humiliated by Bill Spencer, Don Diamond. And this is going to be epic. So we're going to pick right back up on Monday where we left off on Friday at the press conference. And we have got Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and Bill facing off with Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Ridge and Eric Forrester, John Mack Cook, at the Logan press conference as all the influencers and the journalists looking on wide-eyed. They're recording with their phones, so you know there's live streams happening. Eric is asked if he really left Forrester, and sounds like he may be sidestepping the question because he tells the press that his heart belongs to Forrester and always will. Then Brooke says Eric is back at Forrester where he belongs and he's happy to be there at the company that he founded and he is no longer associated with Katie and her so-called fashion house. Those are fighting words between the sisters. VP Dottie, Morgan Fairchild, asks about the designs and Bill says they were done exclusively for Logan and are the cornerstone of its first collection and that Eric did do them and asked for some clarity. Bill says it means what he's been saying over and over. Eric Forrester did these designs for Logan's debut and says we're just getting started. And then Eric is asked by one of the influencers if it's awkward being back at Forrester after what Ridge did to him. And I think this may blindside them because they got to the press conference after Bill told everybody there that Ridge had forced Eric into retirement. So he just threw their dirty laundry right out there in front of everybody. Dottie's assistant, Joseph, Jim J. Bullock, is whispering to her that it's a little too close for comfort. You know, I'm sure they're thrilled to be their front row for this. And Ridge tells Eric, come on, let's get out of here, and pulls his dad away. But the press and the influencers follow them out, calling Eric's name as Brooke gives Katie a disgusted death glare. I don't think Brooke's speaking on behalf of Eric like he has no voice of his own and talking about his feelings instead of letting him talk about his own feelings is going to be very helpful in this situation because the press is going to be like, well, why? Can't he just talk for himself? That'd be my question. Obviously, he's a grown-up and, doesn't need Brooke talking for him. Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, and R.J. Forster's Joshua Hoffman animosity intensifies on Monday, and this week he's telling Will that he's a lowlife just like his dad. But Will tells RJ he's not going to let him bully him out of Forrester Creations. We're going to have a lot of bullying going on this week, by the way. Some of it from RJ, some of it from Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace. A lot more from Ivy Forrester, Ashley Brewer. So on Tuesday, March 17th, we've got Will over at the Spencer offices angry at his parents, upset at Bill and Katie. It looks like the Forresters are trying to turn Will against his parents and have told the kid that Bill and Katie stole Eric's designs. So at Spencer Publications, in front of Katie, we have Bill telling Will, you can't steal something that you own. After Bill explains it, is Will going to realize that he was being manipulated by somebody into trying to turn them against his parents? I'm sure they think that's fair game because they think that Bill and Katie, tricked Eric into something when he insisted that he be their designer. I mean, like it or not, that is actually what he said. He insisted she didn't ask. We also have Bill pressing Will to leave Forrester Creations after, them trash talking him, and he wants his son to come over to Spencer and be part of the legacy they're building over there. Meanwhile, Deke Sharp, Harrison Cohn, is there for Dylan, Sydney Bullock, when she's worried about a big event and Electra comes at Dylan and they have it out there face to face. So this week at Forrester, Dylan's actually trying to make things right, bury the hatchet with Electra, and Dylan tells Electra she doesn't want to start on a bad foot, and Electra claps back at her that Dylan's bad foot has been in action for quite some time. It's terrible dialogue. Anyway, Steffi challenges Ivy and Electra. I don't think she wants their nonsense personal stuff messing with the Forrester workday or her new hire Dylan. So Ivy and Electra both try and undermine Dylan, but Steffi isn't having it, and it looks like they're ganging up on her in the Forrester Creations showroom. Meanwhile, RJ pitches a men's clothing line to Ridge. That's interesting. Wednesday, March 18th, we've got Ivy continuing to meddle in Electra's life. So, any guess what stunt Ivy pulls now? Something aggro. Dylan overhears Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, and Ivy talking, and she's completely shocked. So it seems like Dylan is going to find out that Ivy was manipulating things. And she may even hear, depending on how much Dylan reiterates that Ivy stole a letter that Elektra wrote for Will. So the question is, will Dylan expose the truth? Will she go tell Will? Or will she sit on it? I think she definitely wants to keep Will. So my guess is, at least for now, Dylan keeps things to herself. Daphne tells Ivy that Elektra and Will love each other. And Ivy is very dismissive and says kids date, things happen. So this is what Dylan is overhearing, and an angry Elektra confronts Dylan about her actions with Will. I expect Elektra to say that she kissed her man, but they were broken up. And I'm curious if Dylan's going to tell Elektra she knows that she kissed RJ, so she's being a hypocrite. Thursday and Friday, these are the preemptions. Despite there being multiple ESPN channels to choose from, we are going to lose 2 episodes of Bold and The Beautiful for NCAA College March Madness basketball coverage. And I say boo to that. The week of March 23rd through the 27th, we're going to pick back up with our storylines and new episodes. And we'll see if Will pushes back on Bill about staying at Forrester because he really hates RJ, and I don't think Will wants him to win. If he leaves, then RJ may feel like he won. And I don't think Will's going to do that. Meanwhile, Elektra gets closer to RJ with Ivy pushing her. And I do think Elektra is going to turn to RJ to rant about Dylan working there. You know, she might have RJ joining the bullying crew. And I think Steffi is going to have to take some action to get these people in line. Also, Dylan has probably decided to sit on the info that could reconcile Will and Elektra. You know, she's probably going to debate it a little bit. I bet Dylan's going to hide it now because of her huge crush on Will, and maybe she thinks, oh, well, they're done. Hopefully, she'll talk it through with Deke. But he also is not particularly fond of Elektra at this point and may tell her, you know what? You should just go for it. Daphne should be going to Steffi soon with some info. With Elektra and Ivy getting increasingly aggressive with Dylan, we could see Steffi venting to Daphne about it, and then she decides, okay, this is the time I need to tell Steffi what Ivy has been doing to exacerbate this situation. Ridge vows revenge on Bill for outing to the world the awful thing that he did to his dad, Eric. And Brooke and Katie are at war, and that's going to escalate. They both feel they are 100% in the right. Fans are very torn. Eric is distraught, and he feels responsible for this mess. I hope Ridge owns it and tells Eric that it's not his fault. It's his own fault because I think that's accurate, and Dinah Logan, Jennifer Gareys, of course, remains caught in the middle. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.